watching News 9. We are talking about forced marriage or arranged marriage. Is it a boon or a bliss? We will find out in this special. Marriage occupies a central place in the life of an Indian. There is no topic as much discussed among Indian parents as that of marriage of their son or daughter. But do parents always make the right choices? And if their children disagree, doesn't it become a forced marriage?
In the film based on the famous love story of Heer Ranjha, Heer is forced to marry against her wishes. Watch how the family uses all sorts of arguments to force Heer to change her mind. The story was set in the 17th century, but even 300 years later, the situation has not changed very much. Even today, it is not uncommon for parents to organize marriages of their daughters or sons. Call it forced arranged or arranged marriage, parents still prefer to call the shots when it comes to selecting a life partner for their children. While a century earlier, marriages were arranged by parents to safeguard property and caste and religious status, today the same reasons hold true. What has gained prominence is the desire to enhance or preserve one's status in the society. An excellent example of this phenomenon is seen among Indians staying abroad, but who strongly desire to marry off their sons or daughters to an Indian bride or groom. In the UK, forced marriages have become the bane of Indians. Parents who have lived and prospered in a foreign land ironically reject many aspects of local values.
Not again, Dad. I've told you so many times. I'm not ready to get married yet.
They want to ensure children are brought up in the Indian way and married within the community. In the UK, the government has formed a special forced marriages unit specifically to design with such cases. So why do the even seemingly loving and liberal Indian parents choose to neglect their sons or daughters when it comes to the issue of marriage?
We have given our word. The decision has already been made.
But you shouldn't have, without asking me first. It's my life.
Indians are attached to their families. Elders are respected. While it is definitely true that parents ultimately have their children's interest at heart, but in a rapidly changing society, the values that parents grew up with are not necessarily shared by their children. Teenage is an age for rebellion, and therefore while parents strongly feel the child is ungrateful when he or she rejects the match, children feel the love and respect for elders evaporate when they are forced into a marriage. Many children dwelt under sustained pressure and others just give in.
मुबारक हो मैं अपने दूध में लगा दाग तो तूने आज धो लिया मगर तेरे रूप पर लगा मेरी मोहब्बत की खून का दाग कभी नहीं धुलेगा.
With education, relocation due to jobs and the spread of Western ideas, parents have now come around to respect that their children are mature enough to make the right choice. It is not that children always make the right choice. But it is very important to understand that a marriage that is forced strikes at the very heart of right of every individual of choice. That is also the basic right on which all modern societies are based. A News 9 report.
Now to discuss this issue further and also talk about what is available for all those people who are being forced into marriages, what can they possibly do, which are the organizations that they can approach. We have three important ladies with us in the studios. First and foremost, we have Dr. Sabah Saida, who is in fact an AIDPF member, we understand. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us. We also have with us Seema Ashok, who is also an AIDPF member and a councillor at CRISP as well. Thank you, Seema Ashok, for joining us. And the third guest joining us in the studios is Ms. Roshni Martin Pereira, who is also an AIDPF member and a councillor at CRISP. Now, first and foremost, when we are talking about forced